Corey, this is the one that you got to try at the festival, but this is the finished product of it. This is
Rye.
This one is my baby. This is this was a personal project of mine that really excited about.
All right, let's do it.
So welcome back to West China Tea, Whiskey Provisioner, and we are going to be talking about Finnish whiskey and men in hats.
Yes.
I found my hat. It's not my hat.
Love
it's my
it.
friend. It's Fish's hat, but he's letting me borrow it for this.
For this episode,
CJ's got
this
the
is
hat.
yours.
Yeah, CJ's got the hat, so I'm gonna have the hat too. Richard also has his normal hat, but yeah. Welcome back, CJ. It's good to have you as always, and excited to get to drink some whiskey with you. Normally we just drink tea together.
Yep.
At the tea house, normal style, but
Great spot.
yeah, but today we get to drink whiskey, which is exciting, and we get to drink. You tell us about the whiskey.
This one is a rye whiskey finished in white port barrels.
Yeah.
So our normal artist rye, 100% Brasetto Rye, finished in white port barrels for, I want to say, a little over 7 months.
What's artist rye mean?
So the artist is the label and the name of our, go for it, is the name of our rye. So it's the name of the flagship product we have. Musician is our bourbon.
Got it.
Artist is the rye.
So the artist rye, which is made with some Brasetto.
100% Brasetto Rye. Yep.
I got the name right.
There we go. Yeah.
Brasetto Rye.
So it's
Okay.
Brasetto is a type of varietal of rye.
Got it.
Same way you
That
have
makes
like
sense to
red
me.
corn, yellow corn,
Tea,
blue corn.
yeah, same with tea. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. I love rye. I'm definitely like team rye. I'd say of all the different kinds of whiskeys, they're up in my very favorites. So I'm stoked. And I'm making a Sheng Puerh because that's my favorite kind of tea. And I think they go together. They both have like a green, bright, just strong kind of electric quality to them. They're very dry in character. They're very like cool in character, and I don't know. They just vibe with me. There's I was always curious, why is rye, but we don't call it barley or wheat or like whatever. You know what I mean? I guess we have like single malt, but why does this particular grain get its own type of whiskey?
There are wheat whiskeys out there.
But you don't call them wheat. Well, you just say rye instead of whiskey. They say whiskey and rye. But I mean, maybe you call it that on the label, but like there's this, rye was in American Pie. Like, what's his name? Homeboy.
Right. So it goes back to the beginning of America. Rye was whiskey. So the rye grain, the people from the old world coming to the new world had no idea what kind of land that they needed to put crops on. And so they brought things that they knew were going to feed them and that they knew would grow in very hard to grow places, because they had no idea what kind of land that they were going to have to propagate seeds on. Rye whiskey or rye grain grows really well, grows seeds very well. They knew how to make bread from it, they knew how to make beer from it, and they knew how to make whiskey from it.
Okay, so it's just because it's old, you're saying, is like because like rye gets its own kind of designation, you know.
So wheat and corn get their own designations too, to where you have corn whiskeys, you have bourbon. Wheat whiskey is 51% more of wheat. Rye whiskey is 51% more rye. Bourbon, 51% more of corn. So like each of these have their own different classification, but but some of them just aren't as popular. So rye can be a very polarizing type of whiskey. A lot of people tend to either like it
rinse.
or not like it.
There's a rinse. You can give it a drink right here.
But that's just because a lot of the flavors in it tend to be a lot more black pepper, a lot more spicier, and a lot of people seem to not like the spicier flavors.
And currently there's a lot of experimentation going on with a number of the different varietals of rye. When CJ was here last time, he was talking about Far North Spirits, and we got to meet them at the Bastards Ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were there last year. And it's one of those ryes that I'll pull out at the Whiskey Vault because they're so unusual. I like the Rocknar, and but they're so earthy and funky. But I think you explained that they did an experiment with a number of different grain varietals.
Yeah, they did. It was a state-funded study where they did. They planted the same amount of like acreage of rye across the board, and then they measured the yield, the sugar content. They created different flavor wheels from it, but really just it's one of those of with the production guy in me, I love to see different things and also to realize if you only change one variable, what actually changed and see was it the wood that gave it this flavor? Was it the climate? Was it this? If you just change that one variable, you can see the true differences.
And I believe there was a workability, like how easy it was to work with, because some of those
Yeah.
ryes are unforgiving.
They're not fun to work with. They can be a pain. It's what a lot of places they'll add enzymes and stuff to kind of break it down and make it easier. Rye's got a very high protein content, so it foams up very easily. And in a still, especially like pot stills, foaming in a pot still can lead to puking, which means just grain going through the condenser lines into your finished product, which is not really good for flavor wise. And it can really change the flavor. So rye can be a very big pain to deal with.
Well, let's see what this rye is. We'll try
Rye.
it side by side. White port.
Yes.
I've heard of white port.
That's the barrel that it's finished
That's
in?
the barrel it's finished in, yes.
Finished in, okay. So started in new make barrels and then, or new barrels, new fresh barrels,
Yep.
and then finished in white
port.
Port.
White
I've
port.
never even heard of white port as a wine.
So yes, white port is one of the lesser known ports. So port wine is fortified wine. You can have red, white, like pink, like rosé port. I want to say there's like 64 different red grape varietals that are accepted in the like legal specifications for port, and then like 48 white ones. But white port is with white grapes instead of red grapes. So a completely different flavor profile. Think of just white wine versus red wine in general. A lot lesser known. My mentor and old boss and friend, Josh Gardner, he did one at Ranger Creek, and that's what kind of got me falling in love with white port. And so then I started drinking white port, and I was hunting for the barrels for the longest time, and I couldn't find
cool.
it. One of our distillers, Emiliano, said, "Hey, check these guys," and found the barrels. So I got the quote, everything. I just went to John, our head distiller. I was like, "I just need a credit card, man. Barrels that's it. These are good." And this is one of, if not my favorite. This is a DRS coming out later this year, so it's not out yet. But this is my favorite DRS that we've ever done.
Cool.
So I'm really excited about it.
That would be a distillery only release.
Yes, the Distillery Reserve Series. So once a quarter we release a DRS where it's either a specialty mash bill, finish cask, a lot of those different things.
Okay, so go ahead and drink or pour out whatever you got in your cup, and we'll do the next steeping for this.
This is a good side by side already.
It's a good side by side, but I want to get like a juicy.
Is this a sticky rice puer?
It is a sticky rice pour.
Yeah, because I've got that rice note in there.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
ricey. Yeah, I'm super excited because I just freaking love rye. I don't know why.
I'm getting a lot of chocolate on the
Excited
nose.
by this white port finish. It's cool getting to, I'm serving you liquids all the time, so it's great when you get to.
I think
serve
there's
me liquids.
a lot of similarities between Sheng Puerhs and
Yeah.
like rye whiskeys, just
Yep.
because they tend to have those grasser, greener notes across the board, but also can have a bit of spice to them depending on what type of Sheng and what type of varietal of rye. So I think that's why, is because it's very similar to Sheng, which is your
it's
favorite,
my favorite
type
exactly.
of
It's
tea.
just the vibe. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of autumny, It's my favorite
okay.
season.
Yeah,
So the mash bill again is what for this?
100% Brasetto Rye.
100% rye.
100%.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
This
Yeah.
is 114 proof too.
So good. So good. Yeah, cheers,
Yeah.
bro. Cheers. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
For,
Side by side, these are doing really well.
yeah, so good. Oh my gosh, they're so good. They do what I think when whiskey and tea go together, it's like the tea can like just turn, it does this like, I won't say cut off, but it just like switches the vibe right away. It's not like a bleeding through of a vibe. It's not like even a combined vibe. I feel like there's something about this like complementary thing that teas and whiskeys can do. The last pairing was good, but this one's better for sure.
Yeah.
And it does this thing where it's like during the burn of the whiskey, when you drink the tea, it doesn't make it burn more, it makes it burn less. Some teas
Yeah.
make it burn more because you're drinking a hot liquid after you drink the whiskey, but some make it burn less. What proof is this?
114.
Great,
So,
wow.
yeah, 114
Yo,
proof
really
and
nice whiskey.
200
Really nice whiskey.
degree tea goes really well together.
Wow, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Cheers.
I'm really excited
that's
about this
awesome.
one. This will be coming out later this year.
Yeah, easily one of my favorite ryes.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
So good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was one of the reasons why when we got these barrels, us as a distilling crew were like, what do we put in these? And it was pretty unanimous that we were like our rye whiskey, just because of how fruity it can be, how floral, comparatively to different other rye whiskeys. If you haven't had Still Austin's Artist, it's a very different rye whiskey from something like a Bullet or a Michter's. I like to think of it as the gateway drug to rye whiskey, because it does tend to have a lot more mint, eucalyptus, and those lighter and easier notes, to where it's not such a polarizing rye whiskey to get into.
Well, this is also very accessible, but it's also got, as like a rye person who really likes rye, it has all the stuff that I want from a rye. But it's
Right.
not. But it's, I wouldn't say it's like a really like gonna put someone off of rye who's not used to rye.
No.
I feel like that white port gives it a kind of brightness and like a softness. I feel like maybe that, I don't know, like I don't know anything about the process of like what different barrels do to whiskeys, right?
Yeah.
But it feels like there's like a softness in there that is like, you ever have like a Krispy Kreme donut?
Once or twice.
Yeah, okay. You know how they're
Yeah,
just like
once or
really
twice.
soft and they're just like, phew.
When the red light's
Yeah.
on.
When the red light's on, exactly. It's like that's kind of, you know,
It's also spicy in a different spot than usual for rye. Rye is usually spicy on the back end. This is spicy on that front end.
Yeah.
On the
And
tip
it-
of the tongue.
yeah,
Yeah.
and for being 114 proof, it's also like very, very like mellow and just very harmonious.
And there's like a tangerine.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, an orange tangerine note in there as well. It's on that finish. It's that linger.
Yeah. This is one of my favorites. I love it. So excited for it.
Well, seeing as we're talking about finished whiskey, not Finnish whiskey, whiskey made by Finns.
Do they have that? Do they have Finnish whiskey?
There is whiskey made all over the world, every country, and when you're in the whiskey vault, that's one of the things I like to explore.
Right.
Is all of the different whiskeys from all over the world, and so I've had Danish whiskey, and the problem is apparently in Europe the term rye whiskey is the definition of Canadian whiskey, and that's locked in. So a lot of the distilleries in Europe that are doing rye whiskey are having trouble now with having the word rye whiskey.
Because they're just going on vibes.
Yeah,
That's
that-
dumb. I'm
yeah.
gonna say it. That's dumb. That's
I'm not a fan
dumb.
of that. It has to be not of this, of the rules. I am a
the
fan of
rules,
this.
yeah.
Sorry, let me explain that.
That's the thing.
It's
fewer rules, the better. Yeah.
yeah. Well, with
Well,
guidelines.
No,
Yeah,
I
with
like-
guidelines,
that-
you
that
have to
rule is
have
a good rule.
guidelines.
If
Yeah.
it's called rye, it should
Yeah.
be made a rye.
Yeah.
That's just common sense. That's not. There's nothing like ideological about that. That's just literally how words are supposed to work.
And this is how boycotts begin.
Transparency. yeah.
So I brought this one. This is last year's. This is just coming on the market again this year, and it's selling out as fast as it's coming out. This one is the Saints Alley Nobleman with Iron Root Republic and Chris Trevino, the Liquor Hound. This is a Hungarian Tokai finished
Whoa,
whiskey.
word.
So Hungarian Tokai is a dessert-style wine that comes from Hungary, and it goes through a noble rot process similar to the Sauterne
Yep.
wine does. So it's a different product, but it really,
It lingers.
and it is a rye as well.
Oh,
Really?
word.
So this
okay.
is a rye
So it's a
whiskey.
rye Tokai rye.
Yep.
Wow.
So this
Tokai
is going to
finished
be
rye.
Indiana rye and Texas rye, and the
right.
Texas rye is a purple corn rye.
Okay, we can keep using
Okay.
the same. Wait, what do you mean purple corn rye?
60% rye and 40%
Okay.
purple corn.
All right. Talk sense. Yeah. Is it rye or is it corn?
Mm-hmm.
Give me percentages. All right, cool.
So this is
Cheers.
a rye flavored bourbon, like flavored as in rye is the flavoring grain in it. Bourbon finished into Tokai.
It is rye whiskey.
Okay.
So you've got 60% rye and 40% purple corn.
Oh, I thought it was.
Pot distilled
Okay.
at Iron Root Republic with the MGP rye, blended, and then put into Hungarian Tokaji barrels for the final aging process.
Gotcha. Okay. I thought I heard those percentages.
Okay. I learned about Tokai from the His Dark Materials trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Golden Compass, those ones, yeah. Polar Bear armor. Really great trilogy. But yeah, that's where I heard the word Tokai, and then I was like, what the hell is that? And I researched it, and I was like, I don't like wine, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's another
Do you like Tokai? Have you had that, Corey?
Absolutely, that's fantastic.
Okay. Cool. Sounds neat. I like when stuff's got like a funky story.
Yeah.
You know, something funny going on.
I love dessert wines. Sweeter wines are the ones I'm starting like
literally
orange
don't-
muscat.
All
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
I have never been able to literally give a flying hoot about wine. I've tried.
Well-
The only wines I've liked have been Spanish wines. The two times in my
Interesting.
life where I've been like, I kind of like that. They were both Spanish red wines. That's all I know, and I haven't had a lot.
Well, nobody's perfect. Don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm open to it. I like tea. I like whiskey. I like eating grapes.
Yeah.
There you
know?
go.
I like grape soda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I should like wine, but I just have not found an enjoyment of it yet. But this is nice.
It's like everything, as you learn about these spirits, the things that you find that you enjoy as you learn more, they become more and more expensive.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside.
Or they're limited edition releases like this one, like that
That's-
one. You have to go to the distillery to get this one.
Yep, that's kind of one of the downsides, but also one of the joys behind it too. That's one of my favorite things that I love doing because even if somebody doesn't get to try it initially, if I've got a bottle at home or something, I like sharing and showcasing that because you get to introduce somebody into something new and show it off of, hey, try this interesting or weird thing that you're not going to just be able to try all the time and regularly.
You want to do a quick reset and pull out the Armagnac?
Yes.
So meaning next episode?
Did we do any tasting notes of that one?
Tasting notes? Oh, yeah, I've got
we
notes.
We talked about what it's from, but we didn't say anything.
All right. Here's
That's
some
how
notes.
it tastes, yeah. Sure, we can do that.
Smells like
Chocolate oranges.
barrel. Smells like oak.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that.
I've been making this joke where I want to go to wine tasting and be like, any notes of like fermented grape?
What you need to do is like next time you do that and or if you go to a wine tasting, like put your ear to the glass and swirl it. You're like, this really sounds interesting.
There's a lot of people that say
Super
that.
resonant.
Yeah, and see if somebody really they understand it or not.
There's the sight, the way that it looks. There's also the way that it tastes, the way that it smells. But you really don't get the hearing part of it, so you just do cheers.
Yep, there you go.
Now you got the
that's
auditory.
There you go.
cute.
Yep.
Vanilla. Yeah, orange. Yeah. Some milk chocolate. With maybe a little bit of like butterscotch almost. Like a salty butterscotch.
Like a saltwater
like
toffee.
A saltwater taffy, yeah, saltwater taffy.
Peppermint,
Saltwater taffy.
pepperminty.
Orange, not orange flavored, orange colored,
Yes.
caramel-y kind of flavored saltwater taffy.
There you go.
I
Okay.
don't know. Yeah, like Thai tea flavored saltwater taffy.
Saltwater taffy is a good one because I get that sweetness from that dessert wine on the finish. It just coats the palate.
I've never been able to like saltwater taffy.
Really?
It looks so cool looking, and it's such a cool process, and it looks so delicious, and I've always wanted to like it, and I like chewy things. Somehow, it's like wine. I've just never been able to crack the code of enjoying that. But it's like, that's what it is. It's like you got to just be exposed to something in the right way. I think that's another thing about rye and sheng is that they're both divisive. Like people don't like sheng. A lot of people dislike sheng. People like tea. Otherwise, don't like sheng. We got people been coming here for years, and they don't like sheng. But I love sheng. It's my favorite kind of tea. And I'm not just like trolling people. It's just like, it's just got something about it. And the trick is to, thank you.
Bless you.
I find the trick with like acquiring a taste is like, it just takes one. A lot of it's the context, the circumstances around what you're doing.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't like beer for the longest time. When I was in college and I was old enough to drink beer, I just didn't like it. And then one day I was eating Mexican food. It was hot out. It was super hot. I was outside, not outside, but I was in the sun inside, eating Mexican food. It was really salty and really spicy. and I got a Mexican beer with a freaking lime in it. I was like, oh, this is freaking amazing. This is incredible. And then I liked all beers, or not all beers, but then I liked all kinds of beers, including beers that I tasted before and not liked.
Yeah.
It's just like opened it up for me. So, and like for me, that was Lafroig, right? That was my first whiskey experience, was drinking some Lafroig.
You started off with Lafroig?
That was my first experience. That's my origin story.
Wow.
My friend Matt Kuhn, shout out to Matt Kuhn. You should watch this podcast.
Wow,
One of my
Matt.
oldest friends since high school. For some reason, he had a bottle of Lafroig, and he was like, "You want to try this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like drinking fire. Great. Like it's smoky and it burns. It's like drinking fire. That's fucking dope." So yeah, that was my and then I was like, okay, whiskey. I like whiskey now. That was my intro to whiskey. And then after that, Jameson expanded me beyond the world of Scotch, of a smoky Scotch, into like whiskey in general. Irish whiskey, and then just whiskey in general.
My first pairing aha moment was a Rioja and a peppercorn steak with a brown sauce. It was just really, really good, and it just made those peppercorns pop in your mouth.
Maybe that's what I need, is like a food pairing with wine experience.
That's where it's best enjoyed.
What about you though, CJ? What was your moment where you're like, whiskey? I like whiskey. I like drinking whiskey. It doesn't have to be like I want to work with whiskey. Just like, oh, this is good. I enjoy drinking this.
I grew up in a family where my dad really loved Scotch and peated Scotch, so it was always like, Dad, what is that? What does that taste like? It's like, I try it, dip a finger in. I'm like, that's horrible. Like, why would you ever want to do that? And he's like, that's why you don't drink, son. Don't do that. But when I started, I didn't really have a realization until pretty shortly before I started in this industry, where it was with Jameson, actually. Where a lot of things it was, I just taste burn, I don't. And I had a plastic Terry Black's cup because I was in college and didn't have nice things. And it was pouring whiskey into that, drinking it neat and going, oh my God, it's just burn. And trying to force myself to understand it for like a week. And I couldn't do it until one day I didn't finish it and there was still some left over in it. And I picked up the cup and just went, oh my gosh, gingerbread, honey.
Oh wow.
And like, since the alcohol had evaporated, it made it really easy for me to recognize those notes and go, oh my gosh, that's where those are here. So when it came to liquor, that was my first realization. Was with Jameson, was figuring out, oh my gosh, there's that shortbread note that everybody talks about. I can finally smell it. And once you actually smell it, then when you introduce alcohol, it makes it really easy. Because the whole point of tasting and sensory is pattern recognition.
Yeah, mine was going to work for the whiskey tribe. Like every time I tried a whiskey, it's like I tried bourbon, you try Jack, you try Evan, you try, all of the Jims and things like that. It's like, well, I guess I don't like bourbon because you're just trying the commercial stuff. And then you try Scotch and you try, Johnny, and you try Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, and it's like, well, I guess I don't really like Scotch that much. And a lot of the times those are your introductions, are these commercial releases. And then I went to the whiskey tribe at the Crowded Barrel and sat down with Daniel and Emma. And I already read the brief, the website, that they're doing cast strength straight out of the barrel bourbons, and I'm sitting there going, oh, this is going to be rough. 55% and up in alcohol is going to be rough. It's like, just, so here, you want a whiskey? Oh, just give me a small one, because I was timid. But the first one was Chapter 4 Eleanor.
Oh, nice.
And when I tasted that, it was like an aha awakening moment. It's like, oh, there's much more here. There's more viscosity. There's more density. There's more flavors to be unlocked. And it didn't burn the way I thought it would.
Right.
I thought it would burn hot and be unpalatable, like a very neutral grain spirit or something. But ever since then, it's like down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and once you, like you said, down the rabbit hole, and once you open that door and you kind of see the possibilities, that's when you just get lost.
Yeah.
And it's fun to get lost in it.
Yeah. That's cool, because your story is really interesting, because diluting it wouldn't have done the same thing, because you would have been diluting those flavor compounds too.
Yes.
It was just really having it evaporated,
Yes.
opened that up for you. And I'm wondering, like, if that's like a thing that you could do to help people get into whiskey and taste things, is like have that like heated whiskey that you can then cool back down or like get back to room temperature or something, or just let it sit out and evaporate, and then people can try a lower proof whiskey that's not diluted.
It's the same thing that you talk about, the empty glass.
Smelling
It's the
the empty
same
cup.
thing.
Yeah.
it's the
It
very
concentrates
same thing.
those fragrance.
Yeah.
Like even now, you might still have some because this is a
100%.
very, very strong after fragrance tea. But smelling the empty cup, or here, let's see if we get a little bit.
It's
A little
the
bit
same.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
yeah,
the same thing.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. I've never seen that approach before. I've never seen an approach to, because a lot of people I think just haven't had their aha moment yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they could. They think in their mind they don't like whiskey, but maybe they just don't like having a bunch of alcohol. You know, what I mean,
That's-
like all at
yeah.
once. They're just not used to the taste of alcohol. But you get used to it after, you know, your brain has to find something to enjoy about it.
Right.
And then it kind of clicks in. The same is true for Sheng Puerh for
Mm-hmm.
sure. And then once you get into it, people come on all the time. They'll be like team never shungers for years, and then they'll be like, no, they'll like leave the table when I serve Sheng Puerh, and then one day they'll come in and be like, I had a Sheng Puerh the other day and I kind of liked it. And then like, boom, like all of a sudden they're just like, okay, now I'm into Sheng Puerh. I
Right.
want to like try the different freaking patches on the mountain, etc. Well, we'll do one more of this, and then we're the next one we're going outside for the cigar. Is that what?
Yeah, and then we've got.
Oh no,
Armagnac.
yeah, Armagnac.
Armagnac,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's
Have a conversation
Armagnac.
about Armagnac and cognac.
we'll have
and-
the red tea for real for the Armagnac. We'll
There
have
we
the
go.
red tea,
Okay,
actually,
yeah,
red
nice.
tea.
And then we'll come right back and join us here to talk about cognac and Armagnac. What is the difference? Where does it come from? Who is your mother? Who's your daddy?
Sure, Armagnac, come right back.
There we go. Yeah.
Cheers.